I rise and I wake and I gotta go get it. I'm making my bed and it's straight to the digits. No cup of jokers, this is acidic. So I take a shot with the lemon and ginger. Look in the mirror like, yeah, I'm that. Look in the mirror like, I'm fitted. Looking outside like the world is all mine. Look in the mirror like, go get it. I gotta get to the scene, oh, I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these. They getting, they feeling and dragged down. That's why they just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting gone in a flash now.
Hey, it's Jody of Fervor Voice. I'm back again with another episode, and I'm walking again. I love doing my episodes when I'm walking because if I'm in my office, I'm sitting down, and even if I'm standing up, it's just not enough energy. The pep is not in my voice if I'm not walking. So glad to be out here walking today, whether it's perfect, not hot, not cold, but perfect. So today, at the end of the day. Yeah. So at the end of the day, what are we really focusing on? At the end of the day, what does it really mean? So let's just get into that part. Just as insight, I generally come up with these topics based on conversations that I have with people or based on things that I may experience or see. And something that just happened recently, at our age, we're mid to late 50s. I'm 54, my husband is just now 59. When you're that age, or when you make it to that age, you have to start planning and you have to start thinking about those that are your elders, your parents, your aunts, your uncles. You start thinking about these things and their care. They have the right to choose. When I think about this, so many things come into play. So again, at the end of the day, whenever I hear that at the end of the day, for me, it's like, okay, that's the bottom line. That's summing it up. What is someone trying to say or communicate at the end of the day? At the end of the day, what's it all about? What's it all mean? What's most significant? What is the lesson? Anecdote. I'll roll out my story. So when I think of the best or the strongest example for at the end of the day, I think about my son and the choice that he made the last few minutes of his life. And I had a conversation with a friend before, and I said, everybody's choice is right for them, regardless of what it is. And what I mean by that is we all have our own lessons. We all have our own path to walk. And oftentimes, probably most of the time, it just doesn't align with people that are around them. And by that, I mean my son making a choice to do certain things that I really feel like, as a parent, that's not the right way to go. But as an individual, that's the path that he is going to walk, because he has lessons to learn. And I am not here to put you on two different paths. I can advise you. I can tell you what I think. I can tell you what I feel. But at the end of the day, that decision, that choice is yours. Our kids and people that we spend time with, that we try to guide, try to support, mentor, usually they know what we're going to say. Usually they know what the answer is. But at the end of the day, the actual choice, the action, that belongs to them. No harm, no foul. That's it. Can we accept it? There is an art to accepting the decisions that people make. And it is so hard to do. It is so hard to do, especially with parents. When we see that we can't stop our son or our daughter, our niece or our nephew, sister, brother, whomever, when we see that we can't stop it, how well can we control ourselves? And how quickly can we take a step back and say, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to accept whatever decision they make. I will prepare myself for whatever decision they make, and whatever decision they make is okay. I mean that with every ounce of my being, every ounce. When my son was robbed at gunpoint, he had a decision to make. Split-second decision. Give him what he is asking for, or fight. Defend yourself. What decision should a person make? My son's good friend that was with him at the time was in the driver's seat. My son was in the passenger seat. And he told me, and he was crying, and he said, I wish he would have just given it to him. I wish I had the money. I would have given it to him. It's not worth my life. I said, yeah, that's what you would have done. And it's okay. And he said, no, I feel like it's my fault. I feel like I should have done something. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I told him, you are still here for a reason. All you need to do is figure out what it is and follow that. Follow that path. That's all you need to do. My son's time here was done. And I know it was, because we come here and we leave here because of a higher and a greater power. I don't believe that my kids were brought here and I was brought here because of what a human wanted. The Creator is what brings us and what takes us, whether you consider that to be your God, whether you consider that to be source, whether you consider that to be universe, whatever your higher source is, that's what brings and takes us. Have you ever wondered why it is that someone in perfect health, can all of a sudden stop breathing? Perfect health now. No smoking, no drinking, exercise, eat well. Stop breathing. And then you think about that person that eats whatever they want, drinks whatever they want, exercises none, if any, other than to make a trip to the store or make a trip somewhere to go get something that pleasures them. And life is, for them, all about whatever they want. Why is it that they can live just as long, if not longer? Brian's mother lived to be 81. She smoked cigarettes for, had to be 60 years. Had to be. My aunt, someone who was pillar of health, didn't even buy processed foods. You would open her cabinet and there were grains labeled, cheese labeled. She would bring her food with her everywhere she went. That woman looked 30 years younger than she was. Beautiful. She was still a diabetic, She still had congestive heart failure and passed away quickly. She talked to my mom, told her how good she was feeling. Somehow passed away in the middle of the night with her book across her lap. How is that? How is that? Well, I think it's exactly what I said. We're going to come and we're going to leave when we're supposed to. But while we're here, let's do our best. Now, that's my theory. Because I can be reckless and I can do whatever I want to do. I'm still going to leave when my higher power calls me. Just like I got here. Just like I got here. I like to say, oh, a miracle, baby. You can call it what you want to. That's a higher power at work, in my opinion. So doubling back or getting back to what I was saying about my son. In that split second, he chose to fight. He chose to fight. And that's what he did. And that person shot him twice. There were bullet holes throughout that car. Not one bullet hit his friend. Not one. And that was something else that made him feel guilty. I didn't get shot at all. Well, instead of feeling like you did something wrong or something bad or something that wasn't street to keep my son here, or maybe he should have considered the fact that there's a higher power at work here that you have no control over. You're empowered by, therefore cannot control that higher power. You're still here. There's still something that you have to do. And whether my son took his last breath because of that situation with that man that tried to rob him, or COVID, or some freak accident in the car, my son was going home that day. He had already completed his mission. The way he completed it has nothing to do with me. My son had already completed his mission, and I accept that. Now, was I hurt that he didn't just surrender and just go ahead and give him the money? Just let him take it and just let him go? No, because I knew my son. And as imperfect as he was serious about respect. As imperfect as he was, he believed in defending self, defending family, defending mother, defending sister. That's what his tattoo said on his forearm. And that was the last thing that I had to see before I could accept that he went home. I kept saying to myself, no, it probably wasn't him. There's one identifying factor, is that tattoo on his forearm. If I can see that, then I know. Not until. But I saw it. I saw it. And there was nothing more evident. I accepted the fact that my son made that decision based on who he was. I accept that. I also accept that it was time. And at the end of the day, there is a higher power at work. And at the end of the day, there is nothing you can do about it. At the end of the day, there was nothing I could do about the fact that my son was somewhere else, where I couldn't get to him, where I couldn't say I love you one more time, where I couldn't hug him one more time, where I couldn't say to him, don't have yourself in that kind of a predicament. There was nothing I could do because it was removed from me. What was given to me was the last conversation we had. It was joyful because we We clowned with each other. Last conversation I had with him, we got off that phone laughing. When I hung up, I was laughing. That's what was given to me. I accepted. At the end of the day, my son's mission was complete. Whether it ended the way I wanted it to or not, at the end of the day, he did what he came here to do. And that was to impact my life, impact his father's life, impact his sister's life, others, sure, but impact me in a way that said, listen, Mom, the greatest thing that you can do is teach. And I used to think it meant the classroom, but it didn't mean the classroom. Like he would say to me, you are like literally the best teacher I have ever known. I wish I had you as a teacher. I wish I would. There is nothing more gratifying, nothing more satisfying for your child to say something like that to you. And our most significant conversations happened, what, a month, maybe 2 months before he went home. That's how I know things happen the way they're supposed to happen. And at the end of the day, you get what you need from the people that you experience in your life. You don't get what you want, but you get what you need. Sometimes it can be a little of both. But at the end of the day, we gonna all walk each other home. That's what this is about. We came here to learn. We came here to live. We came here to love. And at the end of the day, everyone in your life impacts you in a way that allows you to live, love, and learn as we walk each other home. At the end of the day, on this walk home, it's about letting people have their choice. Now, I think that some people have a different way of doing it. Some people kind of relinquish for their kids. They kind of relinquish a little early. They call it free range. Free range parenting. That's not my style. I do believe that there are certain things that we must teach first, that we must make an understanding of first. But we all have our own choices. And at the end of the day, nothing is really in our control other than what we do physically with our body. And even that's limited. So we come back to my husband's friend, and he says, my mom is making choices with her diet that she shouldn't. And I'm wondering if my harping on her about what she can't do, what she can't eat, am I going too far? Should I support her in what it is that she wants to do? She understands what it is. She understands what this is all about. But is it really my job to tell her what she should and shouldn't be doing all the time? I'm finding myself doing this so much that she's getting offended. Is that what I need to do? I'm going to say to you, I didn't say it to him. Because when people are having those kinds of conversations, and this is just what I've learned from coaching, when people are having these kinds of conversations, the best thing to do is let them hear themselves first. And let them give you the cue that, okay, I've said it. And I never felt like I got that cue. Actually, I wasn't in the conversation anyway, so I wasn't going to get a cue. He wasn't talking to me. He didn't say, sis, come in here, let me talk to you about this. Talking to my husband. If you allow her to make these decisions without any argument, is there a benefit to it? If You understand that she understands. Is there a benefit to allow her to make her own choice? If you take a step back, is there a benefit to that? Does it support your well-being? Does it support her well-being if you take a step back? If you respect her wishes, are you respecting your path? And are you able to carry out your mission in your life? These are all the questions that you need to ask yourself. Because at the end of the day, we all have our own life, our own path, our own decisions, and free will. If this is not an individual that has no understanding yet, that has no ability yet, that has no experience worldly, do you need to guide them? If there are health issues that impede memory, literally impede decision making, should you move forward in a way that requires you to control? At the end of the day, you are in control of what? One thing, yourself. It's all about communication. Have that sit down. Discuss it. Discuss it without judgment, without opinion. What do you want? What do you want to do? Those of us that are still here, those of us that are going to have to pick up the pieces, yes, that part. Understanding that you gave them their right to choose. Once it's conveyed, can you accept it? Once it's clear, can you accept it? Like I said about BJ, I had to accept the decision that he made. I had to respect the decision that he made. When I had a conversation with a friend of mine, she said that he didn't make the right decision. And I said, wait a minute. My son made the right decision for him. And since it was his life, I had to accept it. I had to respect it. His life. I did everything I knew how. You won't convince me that I didn't do a great job. I know I did. You won't convince me of that. And he moved about the way he chose. And he made the decisions that he wanted to make. At the end of the day, he let me know, Ma, I love you. Ma, I had the best parents that I could have ever asked for. What? Isn't that what I set out to do? Isn't that what I set out to be? At the end of the day, what are the people you love asking of you? What are they asking of you? They're asking of your support. They're asking for your love. They're asking for your kindness. What's not supportive about having a conversation? What's not loving about acknowledging, accepting, and respecting? What's not kind about saying, okay, I understand? What's not? What's not attentive about that? Hey, I'm checking in. I'm happy to see you're happy. It's not about you at the end of the day. Please allow those that you love, who are capable, to make their life their life. Allow it, accept it, respect it, and give thanks for the time that you had. Because you were given the time that you needed, not that it's always lining up with the time that you wanted, but you were given the time that you needed to grow in a certain space that that loved one provided. And you can gracefully say, I got your back, whatever you decide. Can you imagine the weight lifted when you do that? When you make it about the end of the day, when you make it about at the end of the day. Do you know how simple that is? Do you know how not complicated that is? You know how freeing that is? Give you a chance to try it out. I will give you a chance to try it out. Let me know. That's all I have at the end of the day. Accept it and respect it at the end of the day. That's all I got for you. Jody, a fervent voice. I enjoyed this one. It's important to me. As all the others are, I guess. Yeah. No guessing. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy every bit of it. Love y'all. Peace.